Hi, I'm Tim and I'm forgiven. I probably skipped some of the stuff that I should have done first, and I'm doing it now. And some of the stuff I should have done first I did do, I don't know. It's all scrambled up. This kind of stuff is, this whole thing is kind of brand new to me. I have never thought about doing this, but let me give you this analogy, okay? I feel like I've been neglecting and waiting for somebody else to take action. Imagine a little girl, little boy falls through the ice into the water, and another kid comes running up and screams in this room full of men that little child's fallen through the water and they need some help. Would we all look around the room and see who was going to run and help? And I would like to think the whole room would empty out and run down and say this little child. And this is how I feel, because, well, I feel like we're burying our grandchildren. I don't feel like it. I can see that we are burying our grandchildren. We're overburdening them with too much control and too much debt. And we're promising stuff to people who should be promising stuff to their own children. Instead, they're being promised to. I think that all this help that's been given is a ploy to get votes. I am totally against liberalism, and I'm totally for conservatism. All my life I've pointed, hey, somebody, come on, somebody step up to the plate and take care of this problem. And for two reasons. One is I have my own life. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to raise my kids. I'm trying to have a home. I'm trying to have a relationship with my wife. This stuff, it takes away from your job. It takes away from your family. And you just want to leave it to somebody else. And I don't feel qualified. I don't feel like that there's something within me that makes me stand out, or that I should stand out. But I see the emergency, and I feel a responsibility to act. And I've been waiting for someone to step up, and I feel like if I got to be involved in an election myself, that's what I'm going to do. You know, whether it's garbage collector or whatever, lowest man on the totem pole or whatever. Conservatism has got to take a hold. We are decades behind liberalism. Liberalism has been taking too much of a foothold, and it's very destructive to our country. Our children, our grandchildren are definitely buried in muck up to their nose. I refuse to leave my grandchildren in the debt and in the control that is destined to be their destiny. Now, this is a serious call to everybody. Everybody who's got grandchildren, who wants them to have a life free from the burden of this government. This is where I come up with my name. I'm Tim D, no incumbents. We need to stop voting incumbents in the office. None of the above. No more incumbents. That means you got to run, then run. Now, people say, does that mean you're for term limits? No, I'm not for term limits, because when you get somebody in there who's doing the right thing and is being selfless, we don't want to have to vote them out. But somebody gets in there and you see they're not doing the will of the people, they're not doing what's good for the country, then you have to vote them out. You have to do whatever you can to expose what they're doing, and do whatever you can to get somebody else elected into that position. We've got a nation full of children that are being oppressed we are, you know, if you read the book 1984, the people were given a drug to keep them passive, and it made them non-aggressive and dreamless. They were nonchalant about everything. This is the drug that is being given to our liberals, whatever you want to call them, the people that are on the welfare system and on the, well, anybody who's receiving money for nothing. Drugs being replaced with the money. The liberals, they like to come across like they're trying to help. They're not trying to help. They are trying to get votes, and it's working. And as long as they keep handing out money, they're going to get votes. Now, either we hand out money to get votes, or we double up our efforts and forget this idea of handing out money, because this isn't a money pit. There is no money pit. We've got to get strong, and we've got to get moving. If you love your grandchildren, do not leave this mess for them. God bless.